It was a really great book, brilliant book, and the role that I auditioned for was one of the 4 leads, but in the screenplay version it was cut down quite a bit.
Yeah. In the novel, he's kind of a primary character.
Yeah. So I didn't know which way I was going to go, and I got an audition with him, and I wanted the role. I really wanted the role, and I'd never met him. And the great casting director Lynn Stallmaster was casting this movie, and I knew the competition would be stiff. And I got into this room. It was at 1 Fifth Avenue. He had an office right off Fifth Avenue. So he was at a computer. He didn't look up when I came in. That was not good. He didn't look up. Not good. Not good, right? I thought, oh God, what the hell am I going to do now? He's going to look up eventually, but he's not interested in me. And I said, so, Brian, that the rumor on the street is that if you make the king laugh, you get the hand of his daughter. He looked up. Huh? What? I said, yeah, that's the rumor on the street. And he started to laugh. And the hand of the daughter being the role, I said, only you can say, but I made you laugh. And then I said, he started to look at me kind of a little interested, which is what I was hoping to happen, because you had to do something, Jesus, because he was so dour, I remember. And he looked depressed. I didn't know what was going on with him, but I knew I had to do something. And I had prepared something that was unusual. I knew I had. And I started to talk to him about the character. And he started listening to me. And it took him about, I was talking like I am now, like straight talk, but without interruption for about, let me see, I'm going to be fair about how long I was talking. 2 minutes? 2 full minutes?
Yeah.
And then he realized I was doing the book. I had memorized, I have a really good memory. I still do. I had memorized 20 pages of the book.
Wow.
I mean, just knew it. And I could do it just conversationally. And he just sat back and listened to me do this character and talk about this character, like Thomas Wolfe, but mostly it had to do with the character. I think first person, as I recall, but I don't remember exactly. But I knew it was impressive, not just the memory, but what I was doing, and it was getting his attention. He wasn't looking at his computer. And then he said, okay, that was impressive. Do you know any scenes? I said, any scene in the screenplay. You don't need a script. I said, no, I don't need a script. And he said, okay. And proceeded to do every scene. I mean, just about every scene he really wanted to test me, and I knew it. But I also knew the character. And then when I got out, Lynn Stallmaster said, I've never seen an audition like that. I've been casting director for a long time. I've never seen an audition like that. Then I had to wait while every other actor auditioned, and then I got the role.
Yeah.
But I know I beat
up. You put in the work. You read the book. Some actor, they just read the screenplay and face value. And
I don't know. I mean, I know there were good actors up against it, and there's something happened between me and him, though, and that we got along really well. I really admired him, and I loved the way he shot. And Vilmos Zsigmond was the cinematographer, one of the great artists of the century, and both of them together were interesting. The problem was that the tone of the script was a little arch, and the critics excoriated it, and it was as if genocide had been committed or something.
I guess some people thought it was very different from the tone of the novel, which was, I guess,
fine,
darker. But
fine, whatever. I mean, I had a great time doing it. I learned a lot. I had a great time. Tom Hanks was a real gentleman and a prince, and it's where my first of twice working with Morgan Freeman, because I worked with Morgan again in Unforgiven a few years later, and just wonderful actors, and a great time. It was it was a really special experience for me. I had a really good time on that. I remember that really, really clearly because he's such a shot maker and such an interesting mind, De Palma. You know, such a man, such born to be in film and loves it so much. And it was a real privilege, you know, to be on the set, even though the movie wasn't successful. You know, that could go either way. Who the fuck knows why something's successful?
I think every one of Brian De Palma's movies, you know, looks brilliant. He has such an eye for shots and composition.
Well, that one is, I think, unfairly disregarded. It's got some brilliant shooting in there.
Yeah, especially the first shot of the movie is like a steady cam through with Bruce Willis as he's
kind of a similar shot to
that,
what Scorsese used a few years before that.
Goodfellas.
In Raging Bull and in Goodfellas. Well, Raging Bull coming right into the ring, and in Goodfellas going into the table into the nightclub.
Yeah.
Right, but really long shot. It was a shot that started in a golf cart, then ended up on a Steadicam, and then ended up, you know, however it ended up. It was really, really fascinating. And all film, of course, so you only had so many minutes, you know, where it's not digital, where you can keep the shot going.